Yo me la vivo, a mí no me importa lo que diga la gente.
Esa es la reencarnación de Kobe.
A lot of pressure.
El equipo voló encanto.
El tipo es una bestia, el tipo es un animal.
Sense of pride there.
Es como el cuco, no lo menciona ahí cuando aparece.
Max. You represent more than yourself.
Los números están.
Whenever you see this glove, you already know what's the deal.
Claro que sí.
Sé que me escraché.
I'm gonna give you an etiquette, and then I'm gonna give you a rule.
¿Tú quién eres el chamaco antes que lo subiera?
Andando, papi, en las costillas hoy.
Yo quiero.
War number one, I don't know what to do with him. Remember, we don't talk about it, we be about it.
En el USA tú eres un jugador de rol.
Tengo que picharte 5 innings sólidos.
It's such a gentleman's game that I love doing this
Aquí
section.
lo sentaron porque no salía con South Sudán.
Eso es una luchadora de tercera generación.
Ustedes no juntan a Puerto Rico como el deporte lo hace.
And he wins again.
Tenemos un problema grande.
Somos los muchos contra los pocos.
Porque él no se supone que esté ahí.
Scotty is just from another planet.
Hey, pues, a tratar de hacer su nombre.
Tú tienes a Jason Tatum, que viene de ser campeón en Boston.
Es un fanático de los Rexos, te podrás imaginar.
Ah, papi, ese es el último comentario que lo tuyo, entonces.
Mira,
Tiene que coger la paliza que les toca.
Of course, it's a beast, man.
Aplícate. Lo que pasa es que tú no sabes porque tú eres un casual.
Que vive el truco, no necesita magia, papi.
See how the game is letting the future in now.
Thank you for joining We Call Sport Podcast. My name is Nola Boy, founder of We Call Sports, which our goal is to analyze each sport and share our personal opinions. We will be taking questions and comments of you, our viewers, during the live events. This brings me to my next question. So what sports do you guys cover? Too easy. Currently, we have 2 English programs. First one is We Call Golf on Mondays. Second one is We Call Football on Wednesdays, where Miguel and I will be covering the latest and greatest on the world of golf and football. We also have 2 Spanish programs. On Thursday, we have the main program, We Call Sports Podcast, with John D, G.I. Josh, and myself talking MLB, NBA, Thursday Night Football, boxing, and more. And on Saturday, we have G.I. Josh, John Yen, and Hush X talking wrestling on We Call Wrestling. Hope you enjoy this program. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share to bring you more content. And remember, we don't talk about it, we be about it. And remember, we don't talk about it, we be about it. Yes, that's the backboard every time my Atlanta Falcons get a touchdown. Let's go. Everybody, let's go. Once again, everybody, thank you for being with us. Please, just calm down. I know I'm about to get it from everybody. Everybody's been letting me know about my Atlanta Falcons. We will get to that here soon, okay? Promise you that. But first, I got my special guest. Ronnie, what's up, my dude? How you doing, man, today?
What's up, Nola boy? How you doing, man?
Just doing what it do. Hey, Ronnie, tell us a little bit about you, man. What how you got into football, how you got into the podcast today.
I mean,
tell us a little bit about it.
Are you an American if you're not into football? Let's be honest.
Yes, all day, every day. It's American football, right?
Exactly. No, so, football has always been a sport alongside basketball. As you can tell, I'm rocking my OKC because the Thunder just beat the Mavericks. Even though I live in Dallas, I'm a big Thunder fan. I grew up in Oklahoma City for about 20 plus years. So, it's been a fun journey in terms of following sports. As you can tell, I got the Miami banner behind me. Big Miami Dolphins fan. Always have been.
Classic.
Funny story. The reason why I follow the Miami Dolphins. My very first game that I ever watched, televised, not in person, but televised.
Okay.
I watched it with a friend. And of course, I was, new to America at that time. I was like, 8, 9 years old, my friend was like, he's a big Patriots fan. And it was a Patriots-Dolphins game.
Division rivalry.
Exactly. And just because he was rooting for the Patriots, I was like, you know what? I'm going to root for the Dolphins. and that fandom never left, and it's been a roller coaster. I'll tell you that. I mean, it's been a lot of downhill,
Yeah.
but there's been some good
Yeah.
uphill battles, and right now we're doing decent. A lot of shortcomings this year with we'll talk about that in the Dolphins.
Yeah. We're gonna get into it here in a bit.
Yeah.
Hey, I got in my side, believe it or not, even my little daughter, a 7-year-old, she's a Dolphin. Yes, I'm raising a Dolphin, ladies and gentlemen. I'm raising a Dolphin. All right. So even my little one, my wife is a Dolphins fan. I'm military, so I was stationed in South Florida. So we went to a couple of the games, and my wife at the time, she got hooked into the Dolphins, and that was it. Just because of the logo, right? At that time, and the colors, right? But then she got a little bit into it, a little bit more, and then my daughter, 7-year-old, like I said, she picked it up from her mom, and that's it. So I got 2 Dolphins and two Atlanta Falcons. Well, myself, an Atlanta Falcon, and my son, Atlanta Falcon to death.
There you go.
All right. So I got 50-50 in the house. Sometimes we can brag, sometimes we can't brag. So it's just it is up to that. So before we get into anything else, let me go ahead and hit with the sponsors with Quality Ventilation out there in Killeen, Texas. Hit them up. Check it out. Quality Ventilation, the industry-leading service that keeps your business moving. These certified professionals can install any system that caters your specific needs. Their commitment to superior service to ventilation, maintenance, HVAC, and electrical is second to none. With more than a decade of service around the U.S. and trusted by major companies, Quality Ventilation staff have the experience to deal with all the models of equipment and stay up to date with the latest in technology. If you wish to contact them, please do so by email or visit their website at qualityventilation.net. And remember, se habla español. And remember, se habla español. All right. In Killeen, Texas, QB Ventilation, one of our sponsors. So holla at your boys. Always check them out. And if you tell them that We Call Sports sent you, you already know. They're going to give you that special treatment. Not don't give it already, but you already know. Hey, listen up. We got a couple more things to just jump in before we jump into the picks like everybody's already used to and everybody's waiting for. In here we have already Sabrina in here shouting out fire. Shout out to Sabrina. Sabrina, what's up? So this is what we got going on. A couple of things that we're going to jump into before we get into the picks, like I said previously. There is the recent news that the league, right, and the following year they're gonna have another game in Berlin, Germany, right? And we got a couple of games in overseas, right? So I'm down for the games and overseas games. And don't get me wrong, it's great to move the sports, but my take on this is that we have the hardcore dedicated fans that only have 17 games, right, of a season, right? We're not guaranteed a playoff spot. You got to earn that mother, right? Right. So I do like that the games are being played overseas. What I do not like is that they're regular games that the average ticket holder, people like me that just want to go to they could go like one or twice a game a year due to the fact of other responsibilities, let's say like that, taking place, and want to support the team. So I personally agree to going overseas and expanding, right, the game, only if they're preseason games. If they're preseason games, take them all. Take all 3 out there. As a matter of fact, do your camp, your summer camp, do it overseas and spread out your horizon and promote the NFL overseas. Do like a whole month of everybody, all teams overseas, and put them in different areas by division. I don't know, do something like that, But when it comes to the regular season, we only got 17 games guaranteed. I want to see all 17. I want to have a chance to go into all 17s. That's just me personally, right? When it gets to a bigger stage and it gets less bought or a little bit more out there and it gets more of a boom, then we talk about maybe getting a regular game, even a playoff game. F it, you know what I'm saying? Because it's getting so big. But I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to promote the NFL, right, overseas, and it's all good. But I would like to see preseason games rather than regular games due to the fact of the fan base and the people that really supports this team. What is your take on it, Ron?
Honestly, I I completely agree with everything you just said. You only get, half your games at home. It's not like the NBA where you have 42 games at home, right?
Yeah.
Or 41 games at home. Um, it really does screw over the fans, the ticket holders. Like you said, hold all the preseason games if that means anything, right? Preseason, week 3 is probably going to have most of the starters. We hold that one over there, right? Where week 1 will probably not. So I understand why, like you said, I understand why they're doing it. It's because of marketing purposes to get the fan base, overseas so they can sell more merch. So I get it. I get it's a money thing, and I don't blame them for it. But at the same time, this league was made on the backs of their fans, and I personally just don't like the fact that and I don't think that, and I see a path where the NFL may even start doing like playoff games overseas, and if that happens, that's not gonna go well, especially with the unless there was like some type of wild card playoff entry bid game that has to be played on a neutral field. That would be the only time I would say, hey, you know what, go play in London, go play in Berlin, go play in France. It doesn't matter, right? Because it has to be a neutral field, but it really is. And also the home team. I personally, unless you can educate me, what does a home team get, for the neutral field? They don't get anything. They don't get crowd. They don't have anything. And people who attend those, those games, let's be honest, they're mainly all Cowboy fans because that's all they know. Cowboys or Patriots. That's really all they know.
Definitely.
And it's because they have the biggest pull there. So when you have let's say the Bengals and the Titans, the two teams
they're gonna be like, what?
Week, what? Yeah, they're gonna be like, who cares? We're just here to play the game, right? And
they just go to see, have a little bit of the game. Yes, correct.
Exactly. It throws a vibe off. So that's kind of my take on it. I completely agree with what your take is. I just wish they just put all preseason games there, because I do agree, getting them more exposure is good for the brand. But you can get them more games, but put them on the preseason.
And it makes total sense. As a matter of fact, I will go a little bit further. Let's go a little bit leading, right? Let's say regular season. Okay, regular season. So let's do regular season. Let's do the last 17 or maybe 16 for the teams that are already eliminated. Yes. Send them over. 16, 17, send them over. I can't vouch for it, right? Because I've never been a professional player. But if you are in a run, right, or you are during the season, you playing, it's a huge difference from you playing at home than playing overseas. It's a huge difference. That you got to take under consideration is traveling. Also the interviews, the pop-ups that you have to do in media, local media pop-ups, that you got to do an interview and promote the game. You got to take under consideration so much stuff. Then why do you do it like a week 6, week 7, week 8, whenever you in a run, you on it? So for them to be jumping in during that time overseas to play, I don't think it's really convenient for the team wise, right? For the team wise. So if you don't do a preseason game, okay, got it. But if you want to do a regular season, do week 16, week 17, hell, do a week 15 if you want to, because there are people already right now that are already eliminated, right?
Yeah.
They're already eliminated. So that's my take on it. That's, that's the way that I will go. about it. The NFL sees it somewhere else, because they're already doing it their way. But we will see what gets into it here soon. Also, talking about playoffs. You talk about playoff? Yeah, we talking about playoffs. Like my boy said. So, hey, man. So we're going to be talking about 5 teams right now, Rooney. 5 teams right now that we got that this weekend they can clinch a playoff berth. All right. I'm gonna give you the team, and then I'm gonna give you the scenarios on it. All right. It could be 2 to 3 scenarios. It's gonna only be one. We will see. All right. So I got the scenario of the Minnesota Vikings. All right. Team that I just got whooped by. But anyway, that's another conversation. That's gonna come later on. Okay, guys. So we got the Minnesota Vikings. Number 1. All right. They got to win or tie. That's too easy. With them, we're going to talk about who they got, how they got him, or whatever. Right. So then the second scenario is the Rams lose or tie. And the Rams got a Thursday night game against the 49ers, which is possible due to the 49ers injury report. So it could be possible. All right. The third scenario is the Seahawks lose or tie. I got to double check who the Seahawks got, but I will jump on it here in a second.
It's Packers.
It's the Packers?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a toughie, man.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
That's a toughie. So my thing, I think they're going to win this weekend. It's going to be a tough one. I think they got the Bills this weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
Who?
The Minnesota Vikings.
The Vikings have Bears.
The Bears.
That's the easy one. That's a gimme.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the Vikings. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the Vikings.
Yeah, I don't see the Bears pulling that off, but we'll talk about that later.
All right. Yeah, definitely. All right, let me jump in here. I got my boy Curcio, man. Your time is due, bro. I haven't seen you in a hot minute. What's going on, man? You see his big eyes? I'm looking at you, Curcio. What's going on, Papa? What's going on? Thank you for showing up. He's saying no Dallas fans allowed. Ooh, that's good. There were one. You missed one by a week. All right. It's Rudy's best friend, Kareem. But Rudy gave him a little bit of the deal, a little bit. He let him feel it though. All right. So in here we also have Tanmon. It says, but don't they got a bye before they go overseas? Yes, some of them do, some of them don't. And if they do, I can't really, let me keep it 100. I really don't know if they got a bye week or not. But even with bye weeks or whatever thing, all the preparations to go overseas, during that time, doing that run, during that, it could be injuries, it could be anything that comes up. So now they got to fly overseas and see what they got. Like me personally, I do not like it. There's a lot of people that do like it. There's a lot of people that do embrace it, that love it, especially. And I didn't mention this, Rooney. I hate the 9 o'clock in the morning games. Oh. I do hate it. I hate it. I'm a sleeping.
It's too early.
I'm a sleeping guy. I'm not gonna lie. Mm-hmm. So yeah. So we also got in here, Chinku Sai. He said, "What's up, Rooney?" That's for you, bro.
What's up, buddy?
Do you know him? You gotta know him.
I know him.
Saying what up, cuz?
Yeah, that's my cousin. Hey, I will say international games, I would be totally cool with there being a game in Canada and Mexico. Hey, I think they deserve it.
Yeah, he felt it too. He said it. It's just 9 o'clock games. A Sunday, bro. Let us a Sunday, a 9 o'clock game. Come on now, man. This is not soccer, man. Come on now. Come on.
Especially like I mean, if you're a fan of college football, like there are some college football games that end at like midnight. You know, sometimes even like with delays, like 1 o'clock, and it's just like you have to wake up at 10 a.m. for that. It's like, nah, it's not happening. I don't think I've like actually woken up to see the beginning of an international game like once.
Yeah. Hey, Ron,
I usually just tune in and just just see it.
It is crazy. It is. Woo! It takes you for a hot minute. All right, so we already got the Minnesota Vikings. We both agree that they're going to win this one and get and clinch their playoff berth. No lie on that one. So the following that we have the Packers. All right. I like the
Seahawks,
Packers.
Packers.
I like the Packers. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I'm not gonna stand here and say no. That's a team that I was one of the first teams that I liked, but I never fell for them. All right. So the only way that they can clinch a playoff berth here at Week 15 will be with a win in a Falcons loss or a tie of the 49ers and Rams. So it looks like they got to win no matter what. So because the tie is really a long shot. So the Falcons loss, I'm sorry to tell you, buddy, that ain't gonna happen. But what you think about this one, Ronnie?
The Packers scenario, it's not happening. I mean, I do think the Falcons are going to win. Against, I think they play the Raiders. So
yeah, they play the Raiders.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to lose to the Raiders. And there's too many variables that need to happen. And then I think they also have to. You said they have to. The Rams and the 49ers have to tie. I think the 49ers are going to win. So, we'll talk more on that.
Oh yeah, we're gonna jump on that here soon. Okay, yeah. The other team, the other scenario, the team that is hot, sizzling hot, right? The Eagles, they can clinch of a playoff berth out there with a win and a loss or tie of the Washington Commanders, or a tie for them to tie, or the Washington Commanders to lose. So the Eagles, who they have? Let me see. I can't. I didn't check this one.
I got you.
You got me in that one?
Yeah, I think they play the Steelers.
The Steelers. Ooh, that's a toughie.
That's a tough one, and I
that's a toughie.
Commanders are playing the Saints, so they're not losing.
Yeah. That's a toughie. Yeah. Well, talking about let's. I think the Eagles. Oof. I think the Eagles. Wow. Wow, what you think? I'm gonna pass the ball on this one. What you think? They clinch or they don't clinch this weekend?
I'll talk more when we get to the matchup, but I do think. I mean, I don't know if you heard about all the locker room issues that they're having this week.
No, we can talk about that here in a minute.
I think all of that plus it's like I don't know. I feel like Mike Tomlin just does not know how to lose. You
heard the whenever he was taking his mic off, and he told one of his players shut the hell up. Oh, bro, that was hilarious. I was like, wow. That was one of those whoa moments, right? So talking about them right now, they also have the Steelers. They're gonna go out, obviously, like you already stated, they're going against each other right now. So the Steelers can clinch a win or a tie, or the Dolphins lose or tie, and the Colts losing or a tie as well. So
Dolphins aren't losing, so
that ain't happening. That is not happening right now.
I mean,
so we will get into it here in the picks. All right, just calm down.
I will say the Steelers' chances are more possible, higher likely than the Eagles' chances, just because I just don't think the Commanders are gonna lose against the Saints. It's just not gonna happen.
It could. All right. So it could. I don't know. I think honestly, I think that the Eagles, this is gonna be one of those games that's a must watch. Definitely the Eagles versus the Steelers. We will talk a little bit more about that matchup, but I don't want to break it out, and tell you who I'm going to go for, right? Because that's we're going to be talking about it in a minute. But those are the scenarios between the Steelers and the Eagles, and finally the Texans can clinch a playoff berth, clinching the AFC South with a win and a Colts loss. So the Colts have, let me see in here. The Colts have Denver. They're going up to the Mile High. Ooh. Let me tell you right now. I know that's your team. It's gonna be a toughie. But like, let's wait for that one. Let's wait for that one. Let's
We'll
wait for that one. Yeah, let's wait for that one. But I think there's a big scenario out of this 5 teams, out of the Minnesota, Green Bay, Eagles, Texans, and the Steelers. There's a big chance that at least 2 to 3 of them are going to clinch this weekend. So we will see what happens. So let's go at it and jump into those picks and get dirty. I got here back your boy. I got your boy back saying the Cowboys still have a 4% chance. Boy, you boy.
Hey, I'll be on. I mean,
hey, get your candles up, man. Get your candles up.
A lot of stars have to align for that one, man.
Get your candles up. So we also have Kareem. Kareem is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Panthers stomped the Cowboys. Yep. The way that they playing, yeah, especially out of that heart breaking loss, it's gonna be a toughie. It's gonna be a toughie. I got Kareem out here also saying that Saquon for MVP. Yeah, hey, you might you into something. I will not say no. I definitely will not say no, but it could happen. It could happen. In here say I gave it a month ago. I gave up a month ago on the Cowboys. Okay, I appreciate it, man. So I know that at least I know that you're not delusional. There's a whole bunch of Cowboys saying, "Oh, we're gonna make it. Oh, everything is okay. We still an America's team." No, you're not America's team, guy. I'm sorry to let you know, America's team is called the Kansas City Chiefs. My homie, if you know what I'm talking about. My homie. All right, so let's go out there and see what's next. Let's jump into the picks right quick. All right, check this out. We call football. All right, Ronnie, welcome to the We Call Football 50-yard line. All right, we right in the middle of the field. That's all we want to be every Sunday, every week, getting blazed up and then going at it. All right. So I forgot to let these people know as well. Hashtag Red Cup always with me and do not leave me. Don't worry about what is in my cup. I don't tell you what you're drinking. I didn't ask Ronnie what he's drinking over there. He's sipping on something too.
Yeah, a gallon of water.
So
he help us both.
Hey, he got the great quality still. Unfortunately, I can't tell you what I got. All right, so we're gonna jump on it, Ronnie, and as we already talked about, this is me against you. I still got to check on Kareem. Kareem, I still got to check out in our score. I don't know if you got it already, the score, but you got to check out. So it was me against Ronnie. We're gonna go in it and talk about our picks all the way through and why you pick who. So if we pick the same team, we're gonna have a point differential. If we pick opposite teams, so it's a given. All right. So it's by points all the way through. And if you beat me, Ronnie, you're gonna get the We Call Sports Podcast #1 fan shirt, and we're gonna send it out to you. Believe me, I get John D on it. John D, I know you're watching, bro. We get you on it. All right,
I'll track him down. Don't worry.
All day, all day, every day. I think you can catch him too. So
yeah, I know
all right.
where he lives.
All right. So Thursday night football, Ronnie. Let me tell you something about Thursday nights. Thursday nights, I've been not liking the matchups. I guess the teams that were playing, there's some matchups that were good, not all of them, right? Remember, we already have like 15 of them, so it's a little iffy in there, right? So I got the Rams going to visiting Santa Clara, the 49ers. Who you got and why? And we will see if the points differential will matter here soon.
I think recency bias, people will say the Rams. I mean, they just beat the Bills somehow, some way. I was watching that game the end, and I was just like, there's no way. But I don't know. I think truthfully, the Rams defense is not great. The 49ers, Brock Purdy, Deebo Samuel, I think they're just gonna pull it out. I'm worried about who their running back is. What are they on, like a fourth or fifth running back.
Yeah. I think Mason is still good. Let me double check on him. I think Mason is Jordan Mason, the rookie. I think he's still good. Let me just double check it while you keep talking about your picks.
Yeah, but I mean, basically, I don't think the Rams are going to pull it out. I think they just kind of got lucky. Things just went their way. I think the Niners are going to win.
You think you're going for the Niners?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. So they're going. So Isaac Guerrendo, he's questionable right now. I don't think he's going to play, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
But they have Patrick Taylor Jr. They have Keyshawn Vaughn. I think Jordan went into the IR too. Oh man, Jordan is gone. So that's a bad one. Ugh. But definitely I'm going. You got the Niners. I got the Rams right now. I think that team is hot right now and it's in pursuit. That division is up for grabs right now between the Cardinals and the Seahawks. I don't think it's gonna be anytime soon for them. So to have a complete winner. So that's why I'm going with the Rams. All right, on that one. All right. So jumping from the Rams and the Thursday night football game against the 49ers out there in Santa Clara to the Washington Commanders. I'm still trying to get a hold of that game, that name, the Commanders. If you go back and you check it, Ronnie, I'll be saying Redskins like crazy. All right, like I'll be saying Redskins like crazy, and every time I say Redskins, I always say this comment: they're working on bringing it back because the native Indian population is not too concerned about it. All right,
Yeah.
So we will see where that goes, but I will say just keep it the Commanders and just let it stick, just in the future, just to clear it out the air. But the Commanders are going and playing against the Aints, and you already know if you've seen this, I will never pick in favor of my division and in favor of my division. So I'm going with the Commanders by at least 10 points. Who you got and why, Ronnie?
Same. Do you know if Derek Carr is playing?
No, he's not. He's
not?
questionable. He's questionable right now. He has a left hand and a concussion. Well, I guess he tried a Superman on this past weekend. It didn't work. He forgot the U, and he landed with the head. So
yeah, I think if Derek Carr is playing, it could be close, but I don't think the Commanders are. Like, I don't think the Saints are going to win. I don't think the Commanders are going to lose. I was going to say, like, if we pick the same one, that my prediction would be like 31-21, like 10 points.
Okay,
so
10 points.
I can go 9. You know,
we can go 9. It's up to you.
10. I'll go 9. You go 10.
Okay, we got you on that. All right, so going to the Super Bowl champions. It hurts saying it too. It hurts saying it, but it's just the real deal. It's just we got to go by facts, right? So, are going to visit the Cleveland Browns. Listen, Ronnie, this game is going to be outdoors in Cleveland. It's not that far from me right now, and today it just snowed in here again today, so it's going to be a rough game. It's going to be a really rough game. It's going to be outdoors. Both of them are familiar with this, so that will not be a deciding factor. All right. I believe that the Cleveland Browns are going to give them a run for their money. However, the Chiefs only going to win by 3 points.
Dude, I wrote down my predictions just in case I need to literally have prediction 21-18 with Chiefs winning. That's wild. Okay, so I mean,
back to back. I take a touchdown in it, and then you take a field goal. Then you take the field goal. I take the touchdown. All right.
I think just feel like they haven't God on their side, man. I think God's just like manipulating every game, getting them close wins. Have they had like more than 1 or 2 double-digit wins? Like no,
they don't have barely that. They don't. They all the games almost. I would say 70% of their games. Let's go it up. 80% of their games have been close. So either a field goal or has been a late miracle. They blocked a field goal and they made it happen. So
I mean, I'm looking right now. So 7 points, 1 point, 5 points, 7. Yeah, and then they have one that's 10 plus and another one that's 10 plus, and then the rest are just like 2 to 3 points.
But you know what
So,
kills me?
yeah.
You know what kills me about the Chiefs, man?
Yeah.
They're not playing good, man, and they still
They're
winning.
not. They're not.
They're
And
still
it
winning.
just-
They're
That's what I
still
don't
winning.
understand. I mean, as a, coming from Oklahoma, like
Yeah.
half of the Oklahoma population goes for Dallas, the other half goes for the Chiefs. And I know so many Chiefs fans, and I can't stand them right now because it's just, they talk like they have the best team in the world, but it's just like, dude, you get lucky every game.
Everywhere you go, everywhere. This is what a person told me in one of our podcasts or comments was like, the dude was like, hey man, it's crazy because everywhere they go, they travel with the 12 men. With the zebras. They travel with the zebras, man, the 12 men, man. So it's crazy. Funny, but still, you gotta prove it. You gotta beat him.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you gotta beat him. All right. Even if it's a 12 men.
Yeah, I don't think like they're gonna make it too far in the playoffs. I think they're gonna be the first seed and probably lose to, I don't know.
So you're saying that the
Bills.
repeat, it will not happen?
I don't think it's gonna happen this year. I just think they're just getting lucky. Like I hate saying
I'm with
that.
you.
I mean, it's there's a lot of skill. I'm not saying it's all luck, but at the same time, they can't get that lucky. I mean, that field goal in the last game, the Chargers should have won that, and I don't know how it keeps happening to them, but hey, happy for them. So, also, I wanted to ask you this: what do you think about Jameis Winston, like as a quarterback?
You know what?
Because I think he's a decent quarterback. I
Listen,
like the guy.
Listen right now, man. Okay, let's hold up. You just hit me with a question that is so crazy because I was going to talk about him like literally right now. So I see the chemistry already. So, listen. Winston has the best mic in the NFL. All right, let's start by that. He has the best. He can sell water to a well. Okay, let's just put it like that. He got the best mic. I think Winston could be a good late quarterback. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I talked about this previously. Ronnie. I talk about being a quarterback in the NFL. It's extremely pressure on it, right? You got all eyes on you. So there's some that develop quick. Others take a little bit of time to develop. Look at Geno in the Seahawks. Look at Donald, right? The one in Minnesota, right? So look at both of them. Late, it took time for them to groom. Geno right now is second leading on passing yards. So and look at Minnesota's team is 11-2 record. So so they're out there fighting already. Like they're in the top of the food chain. All right. So it will take some time. Let's take it easy with him. I think he can be right now. If you give him a team like the Patriots, you give him a team like the Tennessee Titans, that man will excel around that environment. Okay, let's not mention the Giants and the other teams that are struggling with quarterbacks right now. So, but those are my top 3 teams that he could go to. I'm not gonna ask for him to go to the Raiders because I think the Raiders are gonna be drafting Deion Sanders' son. So I think he's gonna go. I think he's wanting to go there. So if New York gets the first pick, please do not waste it on Sanders. Please do not wait. He don't want to go to New York. Like he already said it. He's been liking posts. Oh, I love it when the Raiders lose because guess what? He thinks he's gonna be the number 1 pick. But we don't know if he's gonna be him or his fellow teammate Hunter. So we never know. We will see what's gonna happen on that part, right? But yeah, I think Winston could be one of those good quarterbacks that can go and be a regular starter on one of those teams that I just previously stated. Man, what you think about that, Ronnie?
I completely agree. I mean, dude, his personality just, like you said, it just sells. It's just, I scroll through TikTok and I'll just randomly see like clips of him just like goofing around.
Beast.
And honestly, like he plays really well. I mean, he's been doing well. They've been I can't
You
say
know,
winning, but they've been doing
they've
decent.
been competing. They've been competing. Yeah,
exactly.
they on
So,
games.
and that's all you
They
can
on
ask for
games.
is someone who just like
Hey, what
got
is it?
thrown in there. So
What he said? It was what? Like the W just eating. Man, that dude had me going crazy on that one. But hey, on top of that, he was true fact. One of my nephews had problems with his kidneys. So he went and visited the hospital and gave the kids like presents and went around, and my little nephew got to meet him too. He's a great person. He told me. So he's always given to the community. Almost all these players are give to the community, but they don't want to put it out there because they don't want to seem like even the NBA players, baseball players, they all do this, but they keep it in the low, right? Because they don't want the anonymous tips or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So let me go to the comments. I got a couple comments in here. So I got my boy Tocon, right? My boy Tocon, he's a big Seahawks fan. The 12 man is in the house. Let me tell you something. I love Gino. I love Gino. I can't lie. I got Metcalf in my fantasy. The Seahawks is gonna be a toughie team to beat. All right, that's not an easy game whenever you see the Seahawks. We got Kareem. Kareem is hot in the comments, man. Kareem is hot in here. He says Rams, Commanders, Chiefs, Bengals, Dolphins, Ravens, Jets, Panthers, Bucks, Broncos, and Cardinals, Lions, Eagles, Packers, Vikings, and Falcons. That's gonna be his teams to go into the playoffs. That's what I'm assuming in there. So we will. So he just mentioned. You mentioned about what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About damn.
I think that's
14.
I think that's
his predictions right there.
His predictions for this week.
All right. Then we got my boy John, our boy Ronnie. This is what I got to deal with in my life. My brother, my brother from another mother, right here. Nola is just a Falcons stand and sent overcome the 2017 loss. Hey man, listen, man, don't bring me back to that Super Bowl, bro. I hate it. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna bring a picture soon about that Super Bowl for you guys to see how humiliating I was that guy talking all that crap, and then I end up leaving before he tied the game in the fourth quarter. But anyway, that's another.
I'm not gonna lie, that was like probably the most memorable and most fun Super Bowl I've ever watched.
This is what I tell people, Ronnie. This is what I tell people. We put the exclamation, like the point, that dot in the end of the GOAT. We confirmed that dot in the end of the GOAT on Tom Brady. We was the one that officially baptized Tom Brady as the GOAT, point blank. All right, I also got Kareem again. Kareem is like I said, Kareem is busy with the fingers. He's just going at it. He said, but can Sanders go pro in 2 sports like he's that? Ooh, that's a good question. You know what? Not in baseball. I don't think he can do it on baseball. He can probably do it on basketball. He can probably do it there, but I don't think he can do baseball. Tell you that much. I don't think he got hands for boxing. So yeah, I see him playing basketball. Maybe he could. He won't be elite. I guarantee he'd be better than LeBron James kid. I can guarantee you that. What you think about that, Ronnie? My bad. I had to throw a jab in there, you know.
That poor kid. He doesn't deserve it. Let's be honest.
I had to.
I mean, he got paid, so I guess he does deserve it. So.
Yep. I got new dimensions, Buffalo to take it all. You know what? Let me stand back. Do you know what? It could be. I never seen Allen like this. I never seen Allen in this so much control over his team. Interceptions went all the way down. It could be. I mean, I don't know what you think. I know he's in the division. I know. I get it. I know it's a hard pill to swallow right now. But you can't deny that.
Trust me when I tell you, I think they're going to take it all. I think it's going to be the Bills against the Eagles or the Bills against the Lions in the Super Bowl, and I think the Bills are going to beat both of them. Whoever
it could
makes
happen.
It there. Yeah, like you said, Josh Allen is like playing on like another level. I mean, as great as Saquon is playing right now, it's a quarterback's league at the end of the day. I think he's going to end up, I think Josh Allen's going to end up getting the MVP this year.
I might take you on that one. I
Yeah.
might take you on that one. I
Yeah.
might take you on that one. I think. Hey, by the way, that's my brother from another mother right there, and Miguel too. So he's agreeing with us. And let's go. Hey, Bills Mafia is serious, man. I don't know if you've seen the game. I think it was last weekend or the weekend before. The fans was clearing up the snow out of the field, was helping all the way through, man. Man, Bills Mafia is on lock. Hey, also on top of that, ladies and gentlemen that are watching, please any like and share will be greatly appreciated. We greatly appreciate it if you just like or share the content, subscribe to our platforms. We're in YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, we in X, we in everywhere. So just go out there and check us out on We Call Sports Podcast, and then you go to We Call Football. We got a couple more programs in there that you will love and like. There's 2 in Spanish. Actually, I'm sorry, 3 in Spanish and 2 in English that you can catch on. All right. So moving on from the Kansas City Chiefs and the Browns going to the Bengals and the Tennessee Titans. So let me tell you something about this one. This one, I gotta go crazy on this one, and I think my boy's not watching today, so he's a Bengal fan, so I'm gonna go crazy on this one. So listen, I don't understand the Bengals. I really do not understand the Bengals.
Before you finish, the reason why they lose is because their defense sucks. That's it. That's it. I mean, you can finish your thought, but like that is it. Like their defense is butt.
and on top of that, you know they have the leading sacker on Trey Hendrickson. That's what kills me. The defense sucks, but they have the leading sacker on the league. All right, we're talking about he's over people like Myles Garrett from the Browns, Danielle Hunter, Greenard, McDonald from the Jets. We're talking about elite talent. Not even TJ Watt is in the top 5. And we already know how TJ Watt gets down. Okay. And they're losing. On top of that, they got this is just impressive. Like, this is something that I have never seen covering the NFL. All right. On top of that, they have the passing yards leader on Burrows, passing TDs. Top of that, they have the receptions on Chase, and they have the receiving yards and the receiving TDs. And how can you beat? I think it's 4-8 or something like that, or 5-8.
Yeah, I think they're 4-8.
It is. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I'm going with them, even though I don't get it. I'm staying with them all the way in this one. So I got them beating the Tennessee Titans, which they have a top 5 overall defense or 2. Let me see right here. The Titans Titans got the second overall defense, but the Titans are proving that they can be scored on. All right, so they allowed 40 TDs this year. So I'm going with the Bengals, and the Bengals are going to be traveling to Tennessee. Both stadiums are outdoors. They are accustomed to this. I got the Bengals by at least 10. What you got in there, Ronnie?
I was wrong. It was 5-8, not 4-8. But yeah, another reason why I got the Bengals as well. Can we just talk about how bad Will Levis is?
Oh my God!
God! I don't know why he's still the starter.
Oh my God! Yeah,
he just isn't it, and like
James Winston could be in that team and literally put up way better numbers.
Yeah,
and can move that. He probably would have that team in contention.
Yeah, I 100% agree. But I mean, even though the Titans defense is pretty darn good, I just think it's going to end up being Joe Burrow, and the offense is just going to
All right.
I'll play their entire team. I think for me, it's not going to be close. I 31-17, so like 14 points.
All right. Too easy. Too easy. Not fighting that one. All right. So the Dolphins are going to the Texans. Let me just go at it. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a good one. So stand by because my boy's about to go off on the Dolphins right quick. Just check us out.
We call football.
All right. Let's go. Fins up, right? I'm going to give you that. Fins up.
Yeah.
Today, right? And my wife, holla. All right.
Tell your wife she has good taste. and your daughter.
And my daughter. All right. So what's going on with the Dolphins? Give us a quick breakdown of what we got going on with them. And besides the obvious, right? Without Tua, that team don't work. And that is the wrong answer. However, they gotta get a backup. A good backup somewhere, something down.
So that's the main thing is not a good backup. I mean, they just need to go get Joe Flacco. Go get someone who is way past their prime, but at least can handle.
Today, ladies and gentlemen, today's podcast has been about James Winston all day. All right, so they can go ahead and go for him.
Yeah, but honestly, they have a lot of concerns. First of all, their coach, love the guy, super personable. I think in general, the locker room vibe just seems like a great vibe to be around for players, for fans to cheer on. But man, there's some things that just don't make sense to me. For example, 4th and goal, they're running with Achan, which is their smallest running back. 4th and 1 or 3rd and 1, they're running with they're running up the middle with their smallest, quickest running back, but you don't need a quick, small running back. You need someone. Someone like Mostert. You need Mostert, to go.
Hammer. Yeah.
So I think those type of decisions is kind of get me, but at the same time, it's just defense is also a big issue because we do have Jalen and we have other good cornerbacks who are supposed to be good, but they're just getting outgunned at every single anytime they play a good quarterback, they just get outscored on. That's my main big issue with at least the coaching aspect of it, but man, they have a lot of stuff to work out.
Oh yeah, I think the defense is doing great. Even though with all the issues that have been going on with Tua, right? They're overall in the top 9, right? They 9 right now on the NFL right now, the defense. Unfortunately, with that decline, right, by Tua's not being there, they already know what they have to do in the draft, maybe, or even on free agency, right? They need to get a good veteran quarterback that can sling the ball because you guys got a hell of a wide receivers all the way around. All right. You guys got a shutdown corner in Ramsey. So you guys got pretty, I already tell you about the defense. And Chain is a good running back. I like the rookie. I like a lot, right?
Yes.
I like him a lot.
Great.
I think they should feed him a little bit more. I think they should create a double-headed monster and then have Monster on the side just in case one of them two get injured. However, you guys depend a lot on those two gentlemen, which is Waddle and Hill, and I think that the tight end Smith. Oh my God, you guys are creating a beast for that tight end. You guys are not supposed to let him go. By the way, he was in the Atlanta Falcons.
I know. I remember.
I'm
Yeah.
a little bit pissed about that one. So I'll keep it right here. Okay. So
Yeah,
I'm a little bit hurt. I'm hurt. It's in here. It hurts. It's in here, right? So yeah, he's becoming a big threat on the receiving end. Outstanding job by them. So yeah, definitely Fins up. They're going against the Texans. What do you got in here? You got the Fins or you got the Texans in this?
I got the Fins. I have to support my team. There are a couple of things. I think who is it? The left tackle is out.
Okay.
Teron Armstead, and there's a rookie. I think his name is Patrick Paul. He's in. I mean, that's not going to be good for. That's not going to be good for Tua. Like it's just he,
and you got
him and his concussions and all that stuff. Like we need to protect him, and that. Tua doesn't play safe either. He plays recklessly. He plays like he's Josh Allen, but he's not built like he's Josh Allen. So, I think all of those reasons, I think it's going to be a very close game. But I do think that Dolphins are going to win in a very close game by like maybe a field goal, like 3 points or something.
Yeah, you got Hill, Waddle, Monsterd, Lamb, and Ingold, all questionable for this game. All 5 of them. That's
the thing. Like if the Dolphins still have a very small chance of making it, a very very small chance, but they have to win out. I mean, they just have to win the next like 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, they have to. They're in the fight for that wild card, so they have to win a 6 and 7 record
because they're not gonna top the division with the Bills. It's just not gonna happen. Another thing, like I think a win con for the Dolphins is, I mean, they have to stop like CJ Stroud and wide receiver was Nico Collins. Is that correct?
Yep. That's the killer.
Dude,
call him the assassin.
The
assassin.
And I'm an Oklahoma alum, OU grad. Joe Mixon's playing really well too, as a running back for them.
He's the key.
He's the key.
He's the key.
Yeah.
Because without them, they don't look the same.
Me talking, I feel like I'm like convincing myself that Texans are going to win, but I'm gonna stick with my Dolphins prediction by a touchdown. By a field goal.
Let me keep it 100. I'm with the Texans on this one. At least the Texans are going to win. I'm going to win this one. I think it's too much of a powerhouse, but they depend on the defense. And the defense, unfortunately, are not delivering that much for the Texans. And being so that the Dolphins have an explosive offense with Tua underarm. But I still think overall that at the end of the game, my boy CJ Stroud, the Ohio State product, right? The Buck guy will have enough. We'll have enough to go out there and push through and get this dub. All right. So hey, thank you for letting us know a little bit about what's going on in the Dolphins organization, right? But I still think that the Texans are going to win. Something else you want to bring up about the Fins?
Hey, I just want to hype up Tua, man. I mean, dude is injury prone, but I read somewhere where I think he has over a 70% completion percentage since he came back from his. He leads, and I think
the NBA. They look at me, the NBA, the NFL. He leads.
I think at the moment he's at 74.5. Here, let me look it up 1 second.
I think it's 73.8. I got it right.
73.8.
Yeah.
For the season, I think isn't the record like set by Drew Brees in 2018 for like 74.4 or something like that.
Yep. He's close to it.
I mean, I don't know if it's going to count because he was out for 4 games. But,
yeah, that's true.
But it's still pretty dang impressive, and
he's blazing. He's just blazing. He's throwing that ball like crazy. So that's
he definitely earned his money. I mean, I'll say if we compare him to like another person who got paid, Dak Prescott.
Low blow, Kareem. That's a low blow, Kareem. Kareem,
I
what
mean,
is it?
I would
Your
I would
cousin,
much rather pay Tua.
your cousin too. That's a low blow. Just want to let y'all know. Oh, that's a shot fired around here. Okay, but to be honest with you, Tua has been gun blazing right now. It's crazy that he came out of four games and now he's 73% out there leading the league and completions. So that's not no easy task. But you got two weapons that are just crazy. So the secondary for the Texans will be busy this weekend. Okay. All right. With that being said, let's go out there and jump back to the 50-yard line. Let's go.
We call football.
All right, Kareem. We just discussed the Dolphins and the Texans. Let's go to Baltimore. We already know this. Can we skip this one? Just tell me.
Yeah, just skip it.
By. Tell me how much Baltimore's going to win by.
Probably. I don't even know, man. It's.
I got
points.
Okay, I keep it a hundo. I think it's going to be about. I will go to. I'm gonna go. It's gonna be done by the third quarter, so it's gonna be by 21 minimum. So you got 17. I got 21. All right.
Perfect.
All right. All right. Let's just skip this one. This is not even fair. That's not even fair. That's another bye week within the season. Anyway,
pretty much.
So I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Giants fan, but you already know be real for yourself. All right.
At this point, they just got to sack the
Be
season
real to yourself.
someone,
Yeah, be real to yourself. Don't come out here and just be thinking about you guys being in the Super Bowl or whatever like that. Ain't happening. So talking about meaningless game, two teams that are eliminated already. The Jets flying to the Jags. Who you got in this one and why? Obviously, our boy Trevor Lawrence is done for the year.
Yeah.
However, backup is doing pretty good. I forgot his name right now.
Mac Jones, isn't that it?
Yeah,
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
Which is wild. Who?
Who? Like who? Mac Jones.
Honestly, I've lost all faith in the Jets, man. Aaron Rodgers, he's just not prime Aaron Rodgers. No matter how much you believe, he's just not. He's not it, man. It's been like 3 years since the last game against the Dolphins, he threw his first 300-yard games. It's like before that was 3 years ago, in Green Bay, I think. So I don't know. I think they're just a very dysfunctional team.
Even though with all they have all the players good to go, do you think the Jaguars are gonna pull it?
I think they're gonna pull it. I think they're gonna pull it by 4 points.
By 4 points, I got the Jets winning that one by at least a TD. All right. So I don't want to explain why. We already know that bad man Rodgers, but he's been bad literally. Okay.
Yeah.
Literally been
awful.
All right. So we gonna leave that one right there. All right. So in that one, we're gonna jump into the Cowboys going out there to the Panthers. Listen, I don't know. I'm going to be cautious right now, but I'm not going to be cautious because you already know that I do not go for my division, all right? I don't matter who it is. I go, hey, it could be the Giants against the Panthers, and I'm going for the Giants, okay? It don't matter, all right? So I'm going with the Cowboys, even though they had their heart broken this past weekend. They looking around like, what the hell happened, right? We played everything right. And some play out of nowhere, like the gods of football just looked at us and just messed us up. All right. So my belief is that the Cowboys will win by at least a touchdown. Who you got, Ronnie?
Very similar. I think it's gonna be closer. So I'll say 4 points. With the Cowboys winning. I feel like they could have won the last two games. I think they played with the Chiefs and the Eagles. Yeah, they were close to beating.
They do it. Young is playing really good.
Bryce Young is balling out, but I do think with how last week ended, I think the Cowboys are just pissed. I think they're gonna come in and just
They're gonna take names. They come in, gonna take names.
they're just gonna come in and they're just gonna win the game. And I think the Cowboys win, but I do think it's going to be close. So I'll say like by 4 points.
All right. I got it by 10. All right, got you. So jump into the late afternoon or evening, let's say games, right? So let's go at it. So the Bucks will be facing the Chargers. Keep in mind that the Bucks right now are 7-6, leading the NFC South, my division. Hate them, by the way. Hate you, man. I can't hold it back. All right, can't hold it back. Mayfield is playing awesome, man. I just hurting inside.
And Mayfield is my favorite player just because OU grad and watched him do crazy things because he played when I was in college. So
he's a beast. I think the Browns are regretting what they did. They've been regretting that for a long time, to tell you the truth.
But they got Jameis now.
Yeah, but I got the Chargers in this one. Herbert, I think he's elite. He's almost there to pass Peyton Manning for the most yards in the first 10 years. So I think the Chargers will get this one. It will be in LA. So I think they will easily win this one. Bring it back. Not easily. They're gonna win this one by at least 7 points by a TD and a field goal in there. I got the Chargers. Obviously, you already know I can't go for the Bucks.
I wanted to go for the Bucks, but I think the Chargers are just a better team. They're just an overall better team, and with last week's disappointing loss against the Chiefs, I just don't think they're gonna they're gonna lose again. At least this week. So I'm gonna go with the Chargers as well. You said what, 7 points?
Yep.
I'll go under. I'll go 6 points.
All right, too easy. Yeah. So in there we got the Colts visiting the Denver Nuggets. I think they'll give me the Nuggets. The Denver Broncos. For some odd reason, ladies and gentlemen, I've been reading a little bit of the basketball and try to get myself ready for tomorrow or two as well on We Call Sports podcast, which we're gonna be talking about NBA. But today is NFL. So I got the Denver Broncos going. Hosting the Colts. I think. Overall, Richardson is doing a great job. I wish he could just slide down a little bit more than getting unnecessary hits. Like my boy Cam Newton said, he's just he needs to learn how to slide. This is a grown man league. You're not gonna move everybody out of your way. So by that being said, and having one of the top 5 defenses in the league, I think the Broncos and Bo Nix be playing out of his mind right now, making a run for the Rookie of the Year. I got the Denver Broncos. Who you got, Ronnie? By the way, I got the Denver Broncos by a touchdown as well.
Yeah, I got the same. I think the Broncos are like Bo Nix is, like you said, playing out of his mind, and I think at this point, I think the Broncos are going to win and shut the door for the Colts playoff chances, because I think if they lose this, they can't make the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they are trying to get into the playoffs. That's what, and they ain't contention. Don't get me wrong, they ain't contention.
I think the Broncos are just like an overall well-built team, offense and defense together. I think they're just better.
No, I think to be honest with you, this Broncos team reminded me of the Peyton Manning kind of era where the defense carried the offense all the way through. Due to the fact that you got a rookie and you optimize to make mistakes here and there. However, he's not making them, or he's not taking a chance also to make them. So I think he's doing a great job overall. I do think that the Rookie of the Year is between him and Jalen Daniels. However, the tight end Broomer from the Raiders is making a big case for it. I get it, but I think it's between those two. Like you said earlier, in the quarterback league, it's gonna happen. All right. So now moving on from the Broncos and the Colts, moving to the Patriots and the Cardinals. So who you got in there and why, man?
I got the Cardinals.
Too easy.
I don't know. I feel like Yeah, the Patriots coach, it's Gerard Mayo, is that correct?
Yep.
Man, he's not good. He can't game plan worth anything, and I just think Kyler Murray is just gonna run it all over them. He's another OU alumni, so I gotta represent. I think they're gonna win by 7.
Okay, I got you. I got you on that. I'm with you. I'm in the Cardinals. I think containing Murray is going to be a hard challenge. And at the same time, you got to hold on to Harrison Jr., the rookie wide receiver.
Forgot to mention him. Yeah,
Yeah. So I think he's going to be in the tight end. I forgot his name of the tight end right now for the Cardinals, but he's another beast. So he's one of the most target claim in this defense, in this offense. Between him and Harrison Jr. is just a beast. I know that the Patriots can be, bad on offense, but they are great on defense. That's going to be their challenge. So, however, I think once again, every time I talk about the Cardinals, it's just about containing Murray, and that is really a tough tasker to do. All right, Murray is like a little ant just going around your body. Just put an ant in your body.
Small. He's so small. He can just kind of
put a crazy ant in your body. Put a crazy ant in your body, and he will go all the way around. You can't even grab him. So that's how Murray is. So moving to the game for me personally,
Super Bowl preview, possibly.
Exactly. This is the game of Week 15. This right here, the Bills going out there to Motor City. All right. Honestly, I think that my boy Allen will come out of there a winner. Oh man, it's hard because I like both teams, man. I'm rooting for both teams. You know what? I'm gonna go with it. F it. I got the Lions. Let me bring it back. I got the Lions by 10 points. I got the Lions. I think the double head monsters of Gibbs and Montgomery will be too much for the defense of the Bills defense to contain out there in the Motor City. So I'm going to go with the Lions on this one by 10. Who you got and why?
Yeah, I got the Bills. I think last week's loss to the Rams. I think they're going to come in pissed off. They're going to play well. Honestly, this is the best Lions team I've ever seen in my lifetime. I haven't been alive that long, but
don't put your age out there now.
Yeah,
put your age
but I just think Josh Allen's just going to clutch it out. I think the Bills are going to win.
To be honest with you, I don't mind if that happens truly because I like Bills Mafia, but these two teams have been in a dry, in a dry winning cycle going on, right? And they both deserve it. So if whoever comes out of there is good, but for this purposes, I got the Lions. All right. So jumping into the second game of the week. Before I want to give you a fun fact on this one. All right. The Steelers have not win in Eagle Stadium since 1965. Since 1965, the Steelers haven't won there. And guess what's going to happen? It's going to be one more year because they're not winning this one either. They're not winning this one either, Ronnie. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to happen. I think it's too much offense in here because Hurts can kill you through the ground with Saquon, and also can kill you through the air with Brown. And I think Smith is already back. I believe he's back. If not, it's okay because they got numerous of weapons that they can go and explore. So, I think the Eagles always have a great defense. They're up there all the time. If they're not top 10, top 15, they're going to give hell to Russell Wilson. And even though Russell Wilson right now is in a good streak, I think it's 4 games winning or something like that. I think that's gonna stop in Philadelphia. What you got in that one, man?
Man, I was gonna pick the Steelers, but you convinced me, man. I don't know. I just feel like they're good. I'm not gonna question that they're not good.
The Steelers know how to win games. All right, they know how to win games. That's just period. And they got one of the best kickers. Well, let me put it like that: the best kicker in the NFL right now this season. I think it's Boss or something like that. His name Boswell or something like that. So I mean,
because like to me, I was gonna say Steelers by one. Like I thought it was gonna be a really close game, but honestly, I think it's gonna be thinking more on it now. I think the Eagles are gonna win. But like a very close game. I'll say like Eagles by 3. Let's say that for me.
okay, all right. I got 10. All right, good to go. So another. This is I think if I'm not mistaken, this is not a division game. So Green Bay is going to the Seahawks, bringing the 12 men to participate on this one, right? So I'm going to give you the floor on this one. Who wins on between Green Bay and the Seahawks? And I already, hey, listen, let me tell you something right now. This gentleman that has been watching us, Tocon, has been watching us the whole entire podcast because he wanted just to hear what we have to say about his Seahawks right now. So he's saying in here, containing Murray as the Seahawks. We did it twice this year. All right, you already know he got to talk. You know what we're talking about. So Sonics and Knuckles on the Lions. I got you on that one. And then he says, Noto, be careful on your picks for next game. Remember what happened last week when you picked against us. All right. So who you got, Ronnie, and why do you have your pick?
I don't know if he's gonna like me, man. I'm making enemies from day one. Truthfully, I don't think the Packers are gonna blow them out by any means. I think it's gonna be a close game. I can see the Seahawks beating them. I can see the Packers beating the Seahawks.
You can roll either way in this one. It's a tough
one. I personally just, Jordan Love and the Packers offense will just outpass the Seahawks offense. That's literally like the only reason I would go for the Packers, because I think they have a good offense, and I think Seattle's defense is good, but I don't know. I honestly, you could pay me $1 and I'll switch.
Yeah.
I'm not married to this take at all.
It's a really close game.
Yeah.
Like my boy said, I got whooped by them last week. I hate picking against the Green Bay Packers, but I will in this one. I'm going to go with the Seahawks. Let me tell you something why. All right. The 12 man is a big factor. All right. 12 man is the big factor in there. But I think their running game, it is really, really good, especially at home. The secondary for the Green Bay Packers is good, but I don't think they can contain. I forgot the other guy's name, Jenga or something like that. I forgot his name. It's like a weird name. He's becoming the number 1 receiver for the Seahawks right now, to be honest with you. Besides Metcalf out there, obviously Metcalf is the beast. The one-on-one situations, through the middle, through the sideline, it don't matter. Just throw it up, Gino. Just put it high when I can get it right. We understand that Metcalf is the beast, but their running back is real good too as well. They're well balanced right now. Gino is the second leading on passing yards with 3,400 yards plus. Right, so I think being at home, having all those weapons, leading their division right now, and going to close, trying to close this out and get a playoff berth, I think the Seahawks got this one, man. To be honest with you,
I won't even be surprised.
Yeah. So it says, my boy says, Rooney, don't worry. We will hold you accountable for next week.
Hey, I'll be here. I'll tune in next week and
it's my boy. Yeah, it's my boy on Smith Jinba. That's the dude. That's a beast, man. He's the beast. He's probably gonna take over Metcalf's role already here soon, because he's the one that actually goes through the middle. Metcalf is through the sidelines or a quick route, and then he takes out
receiver.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's taking over. Also, Tocon says has become our major threat in the wide receiver corps. Yeah, definitely. He's probably gonna take, like I said, he's probably gonna take over Metcalf's role. All right. So moving from the Green Bay Packers and the Seahawks, which that was the Sunday night game, moving into the Bears and Vikings on a double header that we're gonna have on Monday night. One of those rare double headers that we get on Monday nights. So we got the Bears and the Vikings. I guess let me talk for both. Right? We all believe that the Vikings are gonna get this win. It's a matter about how much. Right?
Mhm.
Khalid Williams is he's trying to do whatever he can. USC product, first round pick. All this glamour, right? But we know that it's kind of really really tight. We all know that organization is it's hard to play for that organization. It's soldier. It's not Soldier Field the problem. It's just the organization itself. It's like sometimes it's like the Bengals, right? The Bengals got a great. They know how to draft. Both of them know how to draft because both of them, to be honest, has been a top 10 draft for almost a decade. Okay, so we already know about that. But being that said, that out there thrown out there, we already know that the Vikings will win. It's a matter for how much, especially however they won against the Atlanta Falcons. Don't get me started. Just bring it back. All right. Vikings gonna win by 10 at least, minimum. And I think I'm gonna go a little bit bold on this one. I think Jefferson has a major game, but at least 2+ TDs on this one. I'm gonna put it out there.
All right. So you said Vikings by 10?
By you know what? Let me just bring that up. By 14.
All right. You know what? I'll do Vikings by 15. So if it's more than 14,
I got you on that.
I think, just last week, the Bears were favored against the Niners. Is that?
Yep.
I don't know if that was correct, and they got spanked.
They did. They did.
I think at this point, I just don't. Their season's over, and I don't think Caleb Williams is the problem, even though he's not playing as good as people expected him to. I just think at this point, the team they're just living for next year. And they'll try, but I think for me, it's, by 15. So if you go 14, I go 15, and Vikings win. And they clinch their playoff berth.
Yeah, we can roll with that all day, every day.
Mhm.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we came to that section. Let's talk Dirty Bird. All right. So, without no further ado, let's go at it. All right.
We call football.
All right, Ronnie. I'm sorry you got to be sitting down in this one. I'm gonna go to hell off right now. Please just stand by.
Go for it, man. It's all you.
All right, a couple of weeks ago we were really comfortable, right? We were spinning ourselves. 6-3, we ahead in the division, and guess what happened? 4 weeks in a row, we packed the nail. All right. For those that don't know, Nolo Boy is a hardcore fan of the Atlanta Falcons. Let's talk Dirty Bird right now, right? So, got it. Offensive coordinator is new. Defensive coordinator is new. Offensive coordinator Zach Robinson. Defensive coordinator Jimmy Lakes. Listen, I'm gonna give a breakdown right quick of what happened last week. Obviously, this week we're gonna win. We got the Raiders. Okay, so we're gonna be taking care of them right quick. All right, but before we jump into the craziness, let me tell you what good, right? Because I gotta give you the positive for last weekend. If I can take something positive out of that whooping, right? So for any negative, you got to have a positive in there somewhere, right? So defense scored 4 sacks. Everybody knows that our defense have not been getting sacks. We the last ranked team in the NFL but I don't even know. It's embarrassing for me to say the number, right? But in this one, since our weekend, right? Since our bye week. We've been playing good defense. Not great, right? Because we just gave 41 points, but good defense. All right. So secondary on this past weekend messed us up. AJ Terrell hold down Jefferson for great part of the time that he was on him, but whenever he passed it to Mike Hughes, that was it. But let me tell you something. Our secondary was the reason why we just messed up. Besides Kirk Cousins' turnovers, I'm not getting Kirk Cousins out the free pass, okay? But with all Kirk Cousins, for those doubters out there, for those haters, right? Those people calling for his head already, right? Kirk Cousins right now, he is number 3rd in passing yards. So calm down. We greatly impart we in here in these situations to him, playing good or playing bad. We in this situation because of him. He's the main focus, right? All right. So Mike Huge, Clark Phillips, and D. Alford. You guys were falling around the field. I don't know what the hell is going on with that field. I don't know what the hell is going on with those cleats. I don't know if you got to put 2 more inches in. I don't know the cleats. I know the cleats for a cost is going on. I don't know what's going. Besides that, I don't know what's going on with your cleats. But you guys got to fix it. The secondary needs to get right, man. You guys cost us that game. There's no reason why. You guys are falling in the field. Miscommunication from the get-go. Listen, whenever you line up, man, you are telling your boy, you telling Terrell, you telling Phillips, you telling Bates, you telling Simmons, like, hey guys, I'm gonna go with him. So you gotta have a code in here. Mike, Roger, whatever the hell it is. All right. I don't know, Great Value, whatever the hell it is, whatever the hell the damn code is, right? To let them know that I'm locking in on him. Couple plays, one play. If your wide receiver, Terrell, which is one of our corners that they just got paid, if he gets in the line and he's running in front of the wide receiver, right, in the line, in the huddle, in the line, right, he goes in and he's there. What do you think is going to happen? That he's going to go one-on-one with him the whole way, no matter what. Why in the hell do you think D offered that you are just going to pass him, your defender, and you're going to stay with Jefferson? It just makes no sense in the defense side. All right, in the secondary, the linebackers, the edge rushers, they were on point. All right, I love what Jimmy Lakes did this for the first time, right, in the game. They were aggressive. I hope they keep being that aggressive and start sending corners and everybody in. All right, we're going to leave it at that with the defense. Defense, y'all got to show up this weekend again. In my secondary, I'll be watching you because I'm calling you guys out right now. All right. Second of all, something positive, right? Positive that we can take. The first drive of the game was really positive, even though there was a quick drop from McLeod. I think it was Robinson too, whatever. But they took chunk of the first quarter. I believe it was 7+ minutes with the ball. That was great. And on top of that, Robinson finished with 92 yards, 22 carries. Algier, 65 yards, 9 carries. The ground game was working. Unfortunately, they had to let go of that to go through the throwing because they fell backwards, right? McLeod, if you are going to play special teams, guy, we need to practice this more. Tuck, you was doing it in the sideline. I got you on that. But little errors like that are killing us. We're one of the most penalized teams in the NFL. You're not going to win a game by that. I don't even want to look at the numbers because I already know that we are the worst ones by far. Okay. So McLeod had a good game, 7 catches, 89 yards. He was mainly through the middle. We somehow in here, we got to keep Mooney engaged week by week, not 1 week off or 1 quarter off, or no, you got to keep him relevant. Obviously London did his thing, 70 yards, 5 catches, not happy with his drop catch for conversion for a 4th down. I get it was a difficult catch, but at that point, the game is on the line, guy. We got to catch everything. We can't leave no flaws out there. So, but all that being said, we're still on the run. 7-6 Bucks, 6-7. We have the tiebreaker. We look better as far as schedule. We got the easiest schedule than them. I think the Bucks got the Chargers and they got the Panthers. They got like 2 divisional games, which they're always tough. No matter if it's the Panthers, we already know that the Panthers are going to give some love out there. So, but the Atlanta Falcons have a bigger and better piece on here. So I'm assuming that we're going to come out of this 4 weeks 3-1, and then the Bucks are going to go 2-2. That means we're going to out the division
tiebreaker. Yeah,
that's what.
Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Kirk Cousins isn't really playing that well right now, right? And I know you said aside from him, because he, you're here because of him. You're gonna ride or die with him. But do you think Michael Penix Jr. is gonna come in
If we lose this game,
if you lose this game?
if we lose this game, it's a wrap for us in the season.
Uh-huh.
If we lose this game, it's a wrap for us in the season, and you're gonna see a rookie versus a rookie on the Commanders and the Atlanta Falcons.
What if you barely squeak a win? Like what if you
No.
win by like
No, we're gonna ride and die.
points?
As long as the Atlanta Falcons have a chance to get into the playoff, the starting quarterback will be Kirk Cousins.
Fair.
All right.
That's
And
fair.
then I'm telling you right now, if we lose this week, it's a make or break. The only one that we have that I got losing is the Commanders game. That's the only one.
That's very, very possible.
All right. That's the only one. Watch out if we don't go 4-0 and get to the playoff in a good positive way. So if that happens, oof, bro, I'll be talking my stuff in here. All right. But that's my take on it. I got the Atlanta Falcons winning against the Raiders. The Raiders are listen, their defense is in the middle of the pack on the 15.
Mm-hmm.
There are overall in rushing and passing, they're 15 and 14. They have allowed 24 TD passes in passing. So Kirk Cousins will be passing, and he will be like London. I predict London and Mooney having a big day, and not even McLeod is going to get away from that. But my biggest thing, and I'm still saying it, and this is like the 4th, 6th week, where in the hell is my unicorn? Where is Kyle Pitts? We have to use Kyle Pitts. For those that got him on fantasy, you probably already dropped him already because he's not putting points out there. So, but we have to include him in the game. However, we first got to control the game by the running. If you don't put Algier to mix with Robertson, we're going to be in problem. But our main identity, the offensive coordinator, Zach Robinson, needs to understand that our main identity is running the ball. All right. Until that is not fixed, we're going to have problems scoring. And that's what I got. I got the Falcons at least by 10. Who you got?
I got the Falcons by, let's say 9, because I was going to say a touchdown, but we'll go under 10. I'm good. If it's over 10, that's huge.
All right.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry I had to give you this take. Let's talk Dirty Bird all day, every day. Let's jump back to the 50-yard line right quick.
We call football.
All right. All of our picks are in, Ronnie. So let's get out of here. Just jump to the main one and give our thoughts and prayers to Jesus. Hopefully I get my W this week. All right, let's go at it.
We call football.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us today and We Call Football. It's been great having our special guest right here, Ronnie. Ronnie, thank you for being with us. Hopefully we can do it again. Probably next time is going to be with Kareem in here. We're going to be talking about the playoffs. So Kareem, if you're watching, please, you already know, just let's schedule this up and go at it and put brackets up and everything. And if you're watching us right now, any like or share would be greatly appreciated. On top of that, if you want to come in and be a special guest, please reach out to We Call Sports Podcast and let us know, and we will bring you in and let you know how you can be part of this. All right. Ronnie, any last words before we leave?
Yeah. I mean, first of all, shout out to my wife. She's doing community service right now. Well, I'm talking about sports. I mean, you can't get a better partner than that. Helping the community, and I'm over here talking sports like a degenerate. It's great. But also shout out you guys. Your podcast is amazing. You guys cover so many dang sports. Honestly, like, follow, share, subscribe, ring the little bell on YouTube. Do all of that. I mean, y'all deserve it, and can't wait to be back on. This was super fun. Love the vibes in here, and definitely playoffs. So we got to do one with Kareem as well, so we can have 3, and maybe even if you have any more guests before the season's over, we can get them in too.
Tell your cousin to come around. We're good to go too as well.
We'll do. I mean, he's a Cowboys fan. I don't think you want that many Cowboys fans. He lives in Toronto, but he's a Cowboys fan, so he came all the way down here He told me he came down to visit me, but he really came down to watch the
game?
Cowboys game. Yeah, it was a Cowboys-Eagles game. So he came and he bought tickets and he went.
It's all good. Hey, shout out to Tocon. Appreciate it, man. Let's go Falcons. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate you. I gave you back the love too, so just appreciate you. Well, this will conclude Week Call Football. It's been a great podcast. Thank you for being here with me. Once again, any like or share. Remember, tomorrow we got We Call Sports Podcast, our main podcast. We're gonna be talking about NBA, MLB, a little bit of boxing if it's hot. If not, we just talk about MLB, which is really hot, and the NBA with the NBA Cup and all that. With John D and GI Josh, we also have on Saturday we have wrestling for those wrestling freaks. It's in Spanish, but they bilingual, so you can go in there talk about your picks or whatever, and just drop in and let them know. Probably Kareem is going to be around there sooner or later. So just, stay tuned into that. All right, people. So, once again, thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Like and share and just keep following us. Remember, a measurement of excuses is 0. All right. You will always have something in the middle and through your whole life. You will have an obstacle. Just go through it or go around it. Don't matter what, but just attack it. Don't let nobody stop you from your dreams. All right. Second to that, I need you to get yourself a hanger. All right. I need you to go ahead and find yourself a closet and hang this up. All right. Thank you for being with us here in We Call Football.